I like this outfit. Just gonna blend it in. Look, I live in Miami and Miami gets really hot. So what does that mean? I like to walk around naked. That's what that means. No, truthfully, it gets really hot in Miami, so the less clothes you're wearing, you're thinking yourself in the future. Oh no. Hi Brian, how are you? It's not because I want to walk out like this. I mean, look, it's like a catch-22 situation because as a woman, I want to be perceived as more elegantly, and I'm well aware the more skin you look, the more skin you show, you have the possibility of being perceived as promiscuous, I believe is the correct word. But I'm like, okay, I'm 29 now. I don't know if I'm gonna be dressing like that as an 80-year-old woman. I have all the time in the world. Maybe I will. Maybe that's a sign from the universe that I'm gonna be dressing like that. No, truthfully. So I just embrace it. Obviously, I always go for more refined fabrics. I need to elevate. I'm gonna go through an entire closet reset pretty soon. I'm gonna clean out my closet, throw out a ton of old clothes. I'm not sure about this. I bought these. Look, I'm pissed. I'll tell you why. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's having a high vibration. I don't know if it's just having good taste. I don't know. This is why I feel like I should get paid to give recommendations my whole life. Everything I like, everybody always likes it. They're like, "Oh my gosh." So, they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, Reina, like I really like that." Or like I'll see people wearing stuff I bought. I don't know what it is. People really admire my sense of style and taste, and I think it's because it's defined. I have defined taste. I know what I want, and I'm not trying to copy anyone else. And in a world where people don't know who they are, that's why they copy those who do, because they get the false sense of satisfaction that if they continue to follow this person's actions, that they themselves are curating their own sense of style. But my goal is to teach people to be their own people. I don't want people copying me, not because I care if we have the same interests. If we have the same interests, dope. Love it. That's why we're here, right? We have like minds. But I believe in people embracing their authenticity and their unique personality. You shouldn't want to be like me, and I shouldn't want to be like you. And I'm not talking about the same moral ground, same like structures on how to go about life. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about your mindset. I'm talking about your persona. The persona you came, the essence of your soul, is uniquely coded to each individual. Each individual has their own. So your job, first job, if you're like lost in the sauce, you have no sense of direction in your life, you're fucking hating your life. I don't know if there's a lot, I don't know where most of my audience lands on their spiritual journey, but I know this can be applied to any level because I still apply it every single day. And I think that if you apply this every single day, you will always continue to grow, and you will always continue to look at life with a sense of excitement and zest. You have to ask yourself constantly, what do I like? Anytime you do anything and something you don't like is perfect. If you know you fucking hate olives, you write that shit down. I hate olives. I do not like olives. Now every time you go somewhere and then you're like, oh, there's olive, we're good. We're good. We're good. If you figure out like, why do I hate olives? Well, you know what? Because I really like this favorite profile. Sometimes people get so hot and bothered about dating the wrong people. No, dude, you date the wrong people to find out what you do like in people. Like, for example, a girl, like, I love receiving flowers. So it's like, let's say a guy never did anything romantic. That made me realize, wait, like, I think I actually want someone to do that. And when you see other people, like, I'll never forget this change in my life. I have high expectations for men because of this man. But it's not even a high expectation. I think it's a non-negotiable. Like, if someone wants to get married to me, this is the type of behavior they have to show up with. So, my mom dated this guy while I was in high school. And, dude, I loved him. Let me get another yerba. Give me 1 second. This is a good story, so stay tuned. Oh, give me 1 second. Did you see all this stuff on the floor? I'm actually pretty clean. No. Yeah, I am. No. Yeah. My mom... You know, I can't go any further. Let me get my drink and we'll go back to the story. If y'all are curious why I'm such a good-looking girl, that's because of my mom. My mom's an OG, and she'd be on here. She'd be like, oh my gosh, stop it. Don't do something. She's hot. My mom's hot. She's in her 40s. I'm about to be 30 next year, but she's still in her 40s. What? That's going to be a trip. Me being 30, and she's going to be 49 when I'm 30. Oh, what a wild trip. Anyways, she's still in her 40s. Ooh, I just outed her age, but she looks phenomenal. She looks like she's in her 30s. So, Mom, love you. I didn't date a lot of men, but oof, I did a lot of shadow work with my mom. What is shadow work? Shadow work is like when you face on the hidden parts of yourself, the hidden traumas. So she dated all kinds of interesting individuals, but it's not for me to be talking about her life. Like, literally, I felt like I lived in a telenovela growing up by her side. This woman loves love. My mom loves love, which screws me over because she's always been this whole, like, oh my gosh, this man, this is why I've been boy crazy, but I just stopped. I gave him my permission, not my permission slip. I guess my permission slip. I gave in my, like, renouncing. I'm renouncing to having to think about men. You know, I'm thinking about me now. Like, if the right guy comes around and, like, blah, 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 like, that's fine. But, like, oh, that toxic dating culture, I'm out. Like, I don't even want to kiss anyone. I'm like, kiss someone and catch feelings? No thanks. Like, if they're not going to offer anything serious, or, like, if it's not going anywhere, like, there'll be some times where I'll see myself some hot men and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, just to kiss. But obviously, like, no, I'm not going to kiss just a random guy, first of all. And second of all, the direction their life is going is not the direction my life is going. So it's just like, you guys have been really good at keeping me focused, not thinking about men, because self-worth, baby, self-worth. This is the first time I haven't, like, maybe I do have a crush on someone. Maybe I do find someone attractive, but thankfully it's, like, nowhere near me. Like, this person's nowhere near me. So I'm like, God. I'm like, I need to focus on myself. I need to make my life happen. I need to make my dreams happen. When I was a kid, I expected to, like, live the whole housewife life. Like, oh, I'm gonna get married when I'm 28. I'm gonna get this salary where I'm, like, making $300,000 and, like, that's gonna be good for me. and I'm gonna have kids when I'm 28 and like ooh la di di da, and that's not the life I want at all anymore. Like kids, maybe 35, travel the world, and next year, dope, let's go. Like, you think you've seen someone like to travel? You haven't met me. You haven't met me. Be set wild with an unlimited shopping expense. I'm like tuned into abundance, so I know that this upcoming year, no budgets. I mean budgets, but like, you know? So we're gonna be trying all kinds of stuff, going all kinds of places, connecting with all kinds of people. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Because you are my Reina. Oh, Baldy? I know. No. I don't know if I don't know this person. I just think they're attractive. I am getting myself in trouble though. You know, I'll tell you guys some secrets about social media. I thought like when people have like a larger following, they don't see like your engagement, but they do. They do. But that's the thing. Like I'm just a very supportive person. I like to support when I like something. Like when it speaks to me, when it resonates to me, I comment. Or, you know, I heart or I like and shit like that. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it can go unnoticed, but I don't think I'm going unnoticed. I was like, oh, nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. I feel like that's how I feel now. Where like I'm still low radar. Oh. You guys are, she's fighting with her comb. Look, being blonde is amazing, but yes, it does damage your hair. You have to be so careful with the water you use, the shampoo you use. I have to take this off. Pinky ring. I think I keep telling you guys that I want to tell you, and I still didn't finish the story about the guy my mom dated. So let me explain about the pinky ring, and then we can go back to that story. Don't think I forgot, because I didn't. I don't forget these things. So pinky ring, I initially got it because it's high status. So I constantly surround myself through all kinds of social circles. Like you see me here, I don't know what type of interpretation you see me as. I'm kind of an eclectic person. I don't hold back. I don't hold back my personality. I don't pretend to be someone to please others. I don't like dim myself. I don't lack a form of expression because I feel like I want to fit in. I'm just myself. But besides that being the point, regardless of what impression you have, I have a tendency to be able to acclimate to all levels of social classes. So that's allowed me tell me, I need to know, what's spill the beans on the coffee. Spill the coffee beans. So what do you guys think around this time? Is right now a good time? I don't know if this sounds bad. Oh, so let me go to the story I remember so I can finish telling it. Oh, the ring. So being that I've been able to hang out with like a lot of high status people, a lot of them wear rings on their pinky finger. It's like a symbol. And your rings you wear actually do have powers in your hand. So we can talk about it. I think I want to create a video about it because it's actually very interesting. Your life is essentially in a conducive loop of spell work. Like we are really magicians. Think about it. Everything you think, say, and feel are perpetuating like codes that are being embedded into the future of your reality. So that means everything you do, whether you like it or not, is what's setting the tone for the next phase in your life. Knowing that, why not set yourself up for a good ass time? That's like first thing. People don't even know that. So that's, if you found me, you've like done half the work. Now you know. Now, that's why I wrote my book, because I'm like, this book, if someone comes to me, if someone lands to me on a short, on a live, I don't know how you guys are finding me, but however you guys find me, if you find me, I think that you were called to read my book because it's time for you to start living your life in a sense of creatorship instead of survival. Because I feel like I'm not going to attract anyone that's not the same mentality as me. Anyone that finds me is itching for transformation. If I could say I'm good at one thing's my shit, it's transformation. And I'll tell you why. I've been transforming myself every year of my life since I've been born. Truthfully. Every year I feel like I just change. Like, I've tossed so many outfits out, honestly, because they're old. But even my hair, like if you go through my Instagram, if you go through, I can't even count how many times people haven't even recognized me, because I'm always constantly transforming my style, my identity. Because I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that if I find out how to make my life better, how to become one step closer. What did they say about coffee? So, in coffee farming, cockroaches infestations is common in plants. So, harvesting many cockroaches remain within the coffee bean. Ah! Que asco! That's very gross. That's very gross. Tell me why I want to go get coffee now. Maybe that's the good flavor of the coffee. So you're telling me coffee isn't vegan? But I'm liking this time. I'm trying to figure out how to do my hair in the most effective way. I don't want to be doing my hair for hours. So, yeah, a lot of high status people wear pinky rings because they have powers. Now back to the guy my mom dated when I was in high school. So, my mom's always had a way of pulling the lads. I got a pretty mom, which makes sense why I would be a pretty girl. And I'm not just full of myself. I do have a very beautiful mom. Everyone could agree. She dated this guy, real estate agent, broker. He was well off. He was actually her real estate agent, funny enough. Love. And he also ended up being, when I was a kid, he was like the guy next door. Isn't that crazy? Like, he was the guy I would spy on next door because he was a teenager and he was like in his 20s and I was 12. But he was still living with his parents. Like, I think he was going to college. And my mom was in her 30s, so she ended up getting divorced, whatever. And fast forward, like, they re-meet. So the guy knew who I was. But I loved him because he always gave the best gifts, first of all. I think a man should be good at gift giving. I feel like a man who doesn't give gifts to his girlfriend, like, why not? It's so cute. Like, why are you missing out on that form of romance? I think it's so cute to, like, see your face. Like, and it's not even, it doesn't even matter how much it costs. It's the thoughts, you know, the intentions. I think that's my love language. I mean, not completely. I think maybe words of affirmation. I don't know. I like them all, actually. I like them all. But I definitely feel like a man needs to give gifts. I think it's so cute. So this guy would bring my mom fresh flowers to her work every week. Not her, but not him. Like, he wouldn't himself do it, but he would send people. And then on holidays, he would send, like, cookies to everyone at his work, at her work. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so romantic. I think it's because he's a real estate agent. See, you gotta be really good at schmoozing. I think networking is all about going the extra mile. You don't want to just do business with people you like. You want to do business with people that are like a breath of fucking fresh air, you know? Show up the way... People who show up the way you would show up to yourself. That's what I think. I don't know why so many people do the bare minimum. Those bare minimum kind of people are not my type. Like, anybody that's just like, oh, let me just do this to get by, or like, someone who, like, if someone lies in front of my space, or just tries to, like, screw over the system in whatever way, like, through returns, or through, like, they think they're getting one on the system, that's, like, a big turn off for me for, like, dating. I'm like, I want a man who, like, figures that out. I don't want a man who wallows that inflation is getting expensive and life is getting expensive. I want a man who figures it out. Like, dude, you just gotta figure it out. Make more money. It's really that. It's a lot easier to figure out how to make more money than to try to save. Fix my hair. That's what I'm doing. What is up? Oh. I'm here struggling. I have to get my nails done. So yeah, he would bring cookies, and like, they didn't live together because they were only dating for about 6 months. And obviously, I think this was one of her first, like, long, like, real, legit relationships after getting divorced. So he would come over and he would bring us food. He would never eat, but he would go to, like, really fine dining restaurants and ask my mom what she wanted, and then he'd be like, well, what does she want? Like, what do I want? And I was like, oh, I like this guy. So, when they broke up, I was bummed. Really good looking guy, just kind of on the bigger side. I'm like, if that guy, and he got skinny at one point. He was also following me on social media for the longest time. Which, like, I didn't know how to feel about that because, first of all, I think kind of my stuff I post is seductive. That's why, like, guys that have, like, partners or whatever, like, I don't know. I don't want men that, like, are taken watching my content. They can. with like people that I know, you know? I mean, you know what? I don't care. Whatever helps. Don't listen to me. That's such a negative belief. See? That's where we just have to start getting out of our head. I think that's the part of me that like I've lost friendships because of men's. I've lost friendships with women because of their boyfriends, because their boyfriends start showing interest in me. And I'm like, I'm not even interested in your boyfriend. I don't even want your boyfriend, dude. Like, why do you gotta ruin this for me, bro? But then I'm just like, I mean, I guess I get it. I guess. Give me 1 second. I think I'm gonna put on my jean jacket. This jean jacket was given to me by my best friend. He's the real one. I think he's the only friend I still have from a while that I would still go hang out with him. He lives in Orange County. He's also gay. He's also gay, but he's so sweet. He's gay and he has this partner and they're literally the best. I love them. They've offered me to move in with them so many times and I was like, what does that make me? Like the triangle of the relationship? And I'm like, am I part of the love triangle? Imagine a TV series of like a hot girl living with 2 gay men, good-looking gay men. I feel like that should totally be a series. Yeah. There is a point where, I don't know what it is though, I feel like a lot of gay men find me attractive. Like I've had gay men like fall in love with me. I don't know how that's possible, but it happens. I'm like, Mr. She can turn him straight again. No, seriously, I've had a lot of gay men like be interested in me, and I'm like, I thought you were gay. But I think a lot of it has to do with a lot of men become gay because they don't feel safe around women. So when men see that like I really don't give a shit and I don't want anything out of a man, they're like, oh, I can feel safe, like I can be myself. This lady doesn't want me for my money or like doesn't want me for whatever, because like a lot of women are just out there digging, and I'm like, baby, it's sweetie pie, go make your own money, stop waiting on men to give you everything. Like, we're in the day and age where a woman can get a job, a woman can figure out her shit, unless she's pregnant. Unless you're pregnant and you have kids, stop waiting on a man to fucking fix your lifestyle. Like, no. I just don't get it. I just don't get why you just want to do nothing with your life. Like, I would not want to do nothing. I would not want to be a stay-at-home wife with no kids. Like, just go do Pilates and what? Like, nothing after? Like, I have to have some type of creative pursuit, passion. And I think that's why a lot of these women in those social circles become so competitive, because they're trying to find things to do. But then, okay, I like the whole let's create a charity, like let's do this. That's very high class. That's very, my man brings the bread to the table, but I'm still out here making a difference in the world. And that's really what matters. It's not the money, it's what you do to this world to make it a better place. Period. So I think that's why the elites focus on charities, whereas I know, don't get me started, I know some charities are just a form of tax shelter, which, smart, like, that's why these people have that kind of money, because they're fucking smart. They didn't get there from being stupid. Hello. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna pin this one back. And then it's looking like a snack. British voiceover, and it says, her only dream was to look like a snack. Yes, baby. Okay. It took me 30 minutes to do my hair. Isn't it ironic? Yeah, but I toned down my likes and comments on social media because I'm like, people actually do pay attention. Oh, this is from yesterday. I was tired. I was so tired. I just, what is it called? Spaced out. Delicious. I don't know what's delicious. Oh, how many headphones do I have? I get anxiety if things are really dirty. I don't know how people can keep their stuff dirty. I have to do a deep clean too. Like, stuff doesn't look dirty, but I'm the type of person that I like my counters empty. Empty. Everything empty. Visually, I want to walk in and there's nothing on counters. I want everything like tucked away and organized. I'm OCD to the max. OCD to the max. That's why I'm excited. This is my second place I've lived in. I like it. It's a studio apartment. It has a good view. I'm very centrally located in Wynwood. I have amenities that I really enjoy. I have studios that I really enjoy going to. But I'm ready for that next step in my life. And that next step requires me to move. I want to create a studio room, first of all. Like, get some nice chairs, make it really elegant so I can invite people to speak once we get more people. I mean, once the movement generally does evolve, it's going to be a different spectrum. Right now it's just me because it hasn't been brought out. So yeah, so I really, my goal is a 3-bedroom. I want a 3-bedroom apartment in Miami in Edgewater. Front view of the waterfront. So when I wake up from my bed, sunrise, I can enjoy that. That's like my goal before the end of the year. Preferably October, November. And one of them is going to be just for just creating, having like a closet space to take up for like different types of outfits. I also want to create outfits that are clean. I like black turtlenecks. I like all black. I like white with denim. Just for more of the mellow, simplistic, elegant. I want my content to allude to different points in history. I want to make sure that I honor the century that preceded my existence, moving forward into my movement, because I think that with any past we can look into the highlights and adapt and modernize. So I really like the disco era. I love the free flow of people's capacity to just move their body without shame in that time frame. If you notice, a lot of people, especially men, fully express being able to wear sequins or stuff like that because their masculinity was not dependent on hardness. So I also like the 1920s. I think that there was a certain sense of elevated demeanor. There was also more ethics, I believe, at that same point, as well as, what is it? You know, people were proper. I like the properness of that. I also really like the 1950s, the point in which Marilyn Monroe was peaking, because that's when her showing her body was controversial. Even though if you look at those photos now, you'd see, well, she's definitely super covered up for what it is like in society now. So, yeah, a lot of my content moving forward will be portal leaps to past times, but individuating it into a new timeline. So, if you're really big on spirituality and you can digest what I'm about to tell you, I want to create new timelines, new portals, timelines for the new world that's being instilled. And a lot of people haven't quite yet spiritually become inept to create their own portals. But I have. And once people can go through a portal you provide, they begin to learn how to make their own. Chivalry isn't dead. Golden era, exactly. Yep. I think that that's why, truthfully looking back, I went through a lot of chaos in my life. A lot of chaos, a lot of constantly having to be the outlier, regardless how hard I tried to fit in. I was always the one that stood out. And that's why I created this community, because I was always no matter what happened, people always felt threatened by me. No matter how hard I tried to, you don't understand how many I've tried to soothe people's insecurities to be able to fit in. And regardless of that, there's still like unspoken tension of them feeling threatened by me. So I used to people please a lot to be able to fit in. I didn't quite understand that. I didn't quite understand what was happening. And it wasn't until I truly owned my individuality and saw it as my power where I felt free. I liberated myself. There's a common perception where people feel like if people don't like them for who they are in a given moment in time, that means that there's something wrong with them. But if you're not fitting in anywhere, it's a sign to create your own community. It really is. Because there's so many souls out there waiting for you to speak up, waiting to hold your identity so they can come into a space where they feel seen as well. Just like you feel alone sometimes, like no one understands you, so many people do. And that's why I show up, because I know so many people in this world don't feel seen, don't feel understood, feel shamed to express their past and their traumas, and they even get shamed for expressing to want to work on themselves. Like, can we stop normalizing alcohol being cool? And can we normalize like going to the gym and like being healthy and working on yourself as being cool? Like that's what's cool. Someone who actually gets to do stuff in this world outside of getting fucked up every weekend. Like where does that take you? When is our future generation gonna realize that that doesn't offer any value to themselves or to this world? Lead instead of follow. Truthfully, and don't get me wrong, at first it was scary. When I first started, I remember, give me one second, I'm gonna turn off the I think what set me up towards leading was full disclaimer. I did not want to lead before. I resisted it for a long time, which is strange because then I was like craving it at the same time. Like my words and my actions said one thing, but my words said one thing, but my actions said others. So I naturally, this is my thing. I lead by example. I do not like the idea of hand holding. Like I'll hold your hand, that's fine. But I don't like to be depleted energetically. So I don't like reliance. I like my light to be a spark that ignites, but lets my presence be a reflection there afterwards. I don't want to continuously having to be conversating with someone. Like I'm a natural flow kind of person, and anything that makes me feel binded gives me anxiety. Like if somebody starts expecting me to act a certain way, it doesn't even matter what it is. It just gives me anxiety. Because I think freedom is number one. Yo, and since I started posting, I posted 9 times one day, and then 6 or 7 the next, and then I posted yesterday 5. So I'm trying to rev up to 9, but I also don't want to be hard on myself because I want it to be sustainable. So I'm telling myself, as long as it takes me to get there, I have to trust. But I think that with the amount of information I have to push out, I need more of a backlog, and I haven't been quite this niche down before, but I felt like I couldn't niche down before because I didn't have the book available. So now the book's been written, now it's like been activated. So yeah. But the content, what I've been learning is content's actually, even lives have taught me this. Content is really easy to push out. And we make it so hard on ourselves when we're pushing out content. Even like last night, I was watching my live and I was like getting cringed out. But I'm like, that's me. I'm growing, I'm evolving. I have to love myself for who I am. And I don't think people are actually afraid of the content not performing. People aren't afraid of the zeros on the live streams, or the zeros on the view counts, or the zeros on the heart buttons, whatever it is. People get anxious because part of them, when they see that zero, triggers them to feel like, oh, like am I not enough? That's the first thing people feel. Baby, you don't gotta think about the internet about not being enough. That's the first thing you want to get out of your head if you want to be a successful content creator. Why am I growing at the rate that I'm growing? Because I'm unapologetically me. I don't care. I don't care. Like, don't get me wrong. I've been habitually trained to myself, like, oh, like, what will someone think if, like, I do this? Like, does this make me... It doesn't matter. That's who I am at this time and moment. Before, I have sometimes... This is my favorite perfume. It smells so good. It's the Kayali by... It's Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar 42 by Kayali. Keynotes are Candied Parrot, Sweet Violet. You know what? I just realized I didn't pin the website. You guys, my website for my book, the exclusive sneak peek to my book cover will be sent via email on August 26th if you sign up for the email list in my bio on my channel. It's a super fire pick. You will not want to miss out, and it's just the beginning, so I want to welcome you all to my family. So, Candied Pear, Sweet Violet, Bubblegum, White Caramel, Rock Sugar, Vanilla Cream. Kayali. Anyways, content creation is all about being yourself. People think that they have to be someone else. And this is all explained in my book as well, which is why I think a lot of people, I just never want to be a person that creates a content creation course because it's so scammy. So sorry in advance for not doing that, but you will not find me ever creating a content creation course. I'm sorry, no. I can give a digital marketing course, like how I recommend to market and utilize digital. Like I can write a book on that, but of course, no, I cannot. Anyways, I completely reframe my structure on how I approach social media through an adaptation and viewing it as a modern day sales ecosystem. What does that mean? Think about it. You don't even have to leave your house to find your people. Anything dependent on a brand is all based on community. What is a business? It is an ecosystem that's created in an environment where an experience is provided that has value. And as a consequence, currency, cash flow flows. The money that you exchange with an individual isn't meant to just go into possessions. It's meant to continue elevating and growing that experience. That's why you see business people who reinvest a majority of their earnings back into the business early on see not only a business built on strong foundations, but a business built to last. You want to play the long haul. any type of financial advice I can give you is you always want to play the long haul, and you want to start now. You want to start now because time will continue to pass. You want to create systems of streams of earnings. That's the best and only form of true financial freedom. You want cash flows, systems set in process. I would say a large majority of like the big fish, they got 8 streams of income coming. This is about how you replace your 9 to 5. You don't replace it by quitting your job right away. You replace it by instilling new systems, new rivers of currency into your life. Those must be embedded here before they can be embedded there. Your job isn't to figure out what all those 8 are going to be. Your job is to start creating an extra one. Social media is the easiest way to grow because you don't have to go anywhere outside of where you are already. You know, it's like you have your business on your phone. So the best thing you can do is become recognized for who you are truly and authentically. Because what matters is voice. That's the only thing that matters at this point moving forward. Your voice. That's what sets you apart, right? Your voice is like your vision, right? Your imprint onto humanity. Curate what your voice means. If this is difficult for you, if you feel like it's a lot of pressure, this is what helped me, and I saw a lot of growth afterwards because I was able to disassociate. A lot of people who become artists and creators create an alter ego. This alter ego creates a safe container where you don't go through an identity crisis and tell yourself, well, I would never do that. Yeah, but Reina Estephania would, because she doesn't care. She makes her dreams happen. So it's like, it gives you the capacity to offload any barriers and traumas that you have embedded from your childhood upbringing, because you are bringing in a new persona, an identity that's not limited by your past versions upbringing. So it's a really good way to cut the cord and to restabilize that identity, but it's just a different method of living from the end, which is what's programmed into your reality. Most people aren't living from the end of what they want to desire. They're living from the end of what they're consistently perpetuating in the present moment, stuck in a constant feedback loop that is not benefiting them. That's where most people are. But it's until you become consciously aware where you're able to change that. And it's funny because at those moments in time, people are like grasping. They're like trying to figure it out, you know? They're looking on the exterior when it's like you have to go inside. You work and we follow. My mom, I can bet you that if you stick with me, in a year from now, you won't want to be following. You will start leading yourself. Not because I told you to, because you realize you have the power to lead and you can do it well. And I'm getting chills because that type of comment is a leader waiting to be initiated and starting their path, but kind of being fearful about it, or else you wouldn't have mentioned anything about it. You wouldn't have even commented. I know because I know my people. I know because I know how the mind works. Some people are like, well, how do you read me? How do you know me? Because I read myself. I learn myself. Yep. What was my name before? My name is Lori. Do I look like a Lori? But Reina. That's my mom's, like, the part of my mom's name that I didn't get. So when I was born, my dad put me as Lori. My mom's name is Lorena. So I use Reina as my name because I should have just been Lorena, right? Because it was an adaptation of my mom's name. So essentially, I could have been named Lorena right now. But I was named Lori. So I just stuck with Reina. That's why. It's cute. Stephanie is a play on words for my middle name. And then my last name holds a lot of, how do I say it? There's a lot going on with my last name. There's a dark history between my last name. And maybe it's not dark per se, but it's a story that's actually really sad. And I told myself, and then there's so much more to it. There's so much more to why I don't want to use my last name as my artistic, or just the name I'm recognized with. Yeah. No, I don't want it. And eventually I'm gonna get married. So, fully gonna change my name. My last name. Do you know the Mexican language? The Mexican language? Are we talking about like the 63 dialects? There's several languages in Mexico. Languages or dialects. It's not just Spanish. Are you asking me if I speak Spanish? Okay, babes. I gotta go figure my day out, get it done, like I always do. I always get it done. And we'll come back later. I'm gonna be posting some shorts. Also, for the meantime, only expect 2 lives from me a day. I think we can definitely build to the momentum of 3. But I'm just really busy right now. And I really want to make sure everything goes well. And as time continues, we'll rev up. As well as right now, it's a lot of clerical administrative work. It's not so much creation, wow, impact, wow, like, no, it's a lot of like mundane stuff. Larry, I love you. You're so sweet. Henry, it's time you start caring about yourself too. If anybody's told you they don't care about you, I see you. I see you, Henry. And it's time for you to start caring about yourself. You matter. Just because you tell me no one cares doesn't mean that's what you meant. I know what you meant. I know how you feel. Because in order for you to say no one cares, that means you feel like no one cares about you. And I care about you, and you should care about you. We all care. We're all one. Remember. Anyways, I gotta go. Love you guys.